You got to do everything yourself first
Yes.
to get to that point. So there is a step one. 3-4 years ago, Billy, I know for a fact 16, 18 hours a day, we had demos scheduled every 30 minutes.
Yes, that's all we did.
That's all we did. That's all we did. I couldn't take a lunch break. I couldn't talk to nobody about personal stuff. We had demos scheduled all day, every day. And you know what? Now we got a sales team that we're trying to encourage to get on that same program, because we have to, because you know why? We can still do that, and we can still go out and get more new dealers, but we couldn't take care of the relationships we built. We got to have our time available to the people who helped us first and be there to help those guys when they need it. So to grow the business, we got to have more salespeople willing to work and make those calls and do those demos.
As synchronicity would have it, I'm so glad you ended on that, because that's exactly what I just wrote down right here, which is sales meeting. So we're going to have a live sales meeting right now with my salespeople, your salespeople. Here's the way the meeting went the other day, Caleb, and I just want you to add to this. I'm talking to my salespeople right now. You got to be very careful who you get your information from, who you take your advice from, right? Now, you and I said, who do you think is making a lot of money selling Facebook events? Joey, Wes, Brent, Tim, a lot of people. I said, who's making the most? They said Billy and Caleb. I said, so who do you think is best at selling these Facebook events? Billy and Caleb. I said, okay, so it's very important that you listen to me. Don't necessarily take advice from someone else. Okay, here's the deal. And maybe this can be good cop, bad cop. So, or you might be bad cop. But here's the thing. If it is to be, it's up to me. So, I know if I can sell something that I gotta sell it, when I gotta be making those calls, and I have to be willing to do the demos and that type of thing. Now there's a skill set there, but guess what? Come in here and listen to me pitch it to a dealer. Okay. So here's the advice I gave them, Caleb. I said, first of all, take responsibility. If you're not selling enough, it's your fault.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. It's your fault. It's not Billy's fault because I don't have, because I'm not giving you the support you need. Look, I pay $2,000 per month for the best sales trainer in the world to train you. You have unlimited access to Cardone on Demand, which the reason that Caleb is good, the reason I'm good is because we were baptized in that sales philosophy. So
I learned it all from that. Everything.
Yeah, that's it.
That thing can change. Cardone on Demand, and regardless of, like I tell people all the time, no matter what, like you take all the religious and the spiritual and all that stuff out of it with Grant and stuff. There's no better teacher to a car salesman who's been in your shoes, who's been a drug addict, who's been through everything, who's turned his whole life around, became very successful. That sales training is life-changing. And, I got it by accident. I just wanted some sales training for my team. The dealership I work for said, find some sales training. I'm a contrarian. Everybody else was doing one thing. So I was like, I want to go with this guy. I want to go with Grant Cardone. And Jared was a salesman at the time. And me and Jared I got the deal put together and, to get the guys on training. And you know what happened, man? I couldn't get anybody to do it because I was not a great manager at the time. I hadn't learned how to manage people yet, but I did it. I said, you know what? I may get fired from this job, but while I'm here, I'm going to learn this stuff. And you know what? I took that stuff and learned it. And that's how I got to work for them. That's how I got to work for Grant, because I knew the stuff. And they're like, hey, man, when I quit the job, they knew how much training I was doing. And they called me and said, hey, come work for us. We want to put you on the road with us. And so just by training, opportunity came along, right? But yeah, the salespeople that work for us, let me tell you something. Number one, you don't just have to sell to car dealers. Everyone needs Facebook ads, but everyone needs a call center of people who can solve their problem. So when I did work for Cardone, we would say create a problem and then offer a solution. So every dealer has the same problem right now. They don't have either they don't have enough inventory because all the new cars are gone, which is a real problem that dealers are facing. We have a solution. We can offer them buyback events to get used cars on the lot that they can have for inventory because they don't have new car inventory right now. Now, I know that's an issue. So if I'm a salesman, I'm going to go and I'm going to call dealer A. All right. First thing I'm going to do, Billy, is this. Now, this is a sales secret, so even the competitors, if they want to watch this, let's say I get a dealer and I want to call on, I'm going to call on dealer A. I'm going to go on dealer A. I'm going to see where dealer A is located at. I'm going to look at the population of dealer A's town. Let's say dealer A has 50,000 people in his town, and I know what kind of reach my ads can get. I'm also going to look at dealer A, and I'm going to see who his closest Ford, like let's say he's a Ford store. I'm going to see who his top 3 competitors are. Okay. I'm going to call that guy. I'm going to say, hey, I got something I'd really like to share with you. Call me. Cause I know I'm not going to get him on the phone. That's not going to happen. Right. Hey, right. I got something I want to share with you before I call dealer B and C. I was told you're the guy to talk to first. That's my message I'm going to leave. All right. They're going to call me back. Hey, I got a message, something about, yep. That's right. Yep. Call me back, and I get them on the phone, and I'm going to tell them, listen, I got something to share with you. I wanted to share it with you first because I heard you were the number one dealer in the marketplace. I looked at your inventory, and I saw that you had the biggest need. I noticed that your new car inventory is down. And what are they going to say? Yeah, we can't get no cars right now because nobody can. Great. I've got a solution to help you continue to hit your goals. This is what we do. If I could get you, 50 appointments, 30 people going to show up this week, and you're going to sell 20 extra cars, for less than $10,000, would that make sense for you to take a look at it and let me show you what we do? And then I'll promise you I will get the conversation started, but I got to have the information. I got to know, I got to get him to listen to me, because if he don't, I'm going to tell his competition about it, and nobody wants their competition to hear about the secrets, right? I've got to know what his problem is, because that's the only way I can offer a solution. So I got to look and see, does he have a new car problem? Does he have a used car problem? What is this guy's issue so I can offer a great solution? So sales guys, I always say, like, don't qualify, just dial. That's true. That's true. But you need to know who you're talking to so that you can offer a real solution and not just be a sales guy calling saying, hey, let me tell you what we do. It's so great. And he's going to say, yeah, man, I've already heard about that. I've already seen it from 10 other people calling me. You got to be ahead of everybody else. You got to be smarter than everybody else. And you got to have a plan when you call that guy. It's like a battle. You're like, okay, I'm going to bring up this, and this. I'm going to do this, and this. We're the Billy buyback, the Billy buyback team, But that'll get you a call back if you say, hey, I want to talk to you before I talk to do.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I couldn't agree more. I just want to go back to the point about, where you did the training, and, I've had Glenn Lundy on the show, Shaka Dyson, Caleb Wilson. I've had a lot of very, very, very successful entrepreneurs and salespeople that are knocking down big money. And that's why everybody gets into sales. You want to make some big money. Now, every one of those people I just mentioned gives credit to their skills to Cardone on demand. So
that's right.
If you're my salesperson, and look, there's no such thing as coincidence. Caleb and Billy have trained more than anybody else in this organization, right? And worked directly for Grant Cardone. All right. The next person who's probably the most sells the most out of this office is Joey. Joey does more training. When we log in to see who's training, he does more training than everybody. So there's a direct correlation between how much you train and how good you are at closing car dealers.
That's right. You can't blame nobody but yourself, guys. If you're not getting it done, it's like I said a couple weeks ago, we can't have one person or two people with 80% of the sales and everyone else wishing they were living that life. Yeah. Man, it's right there for you. All you got to do is go take it.
Yeah. And Caleb, he took responsibility for, his money, and he went and got it. I did the same thing. Those people who are making it, they're taking responsibility. They're not looking for a reason. Why don't I have what I need? You got everything you need. You got way more than me and Caleb had when we got started selling this stuff.
And I know for a fact we've created at least 8 to 10 people who are making big money. They all stole from us. They all quit and stole from us, but they still did it. You know what I mean? I'm still proud of them. Hell, they still doing a good job. Good for them. Whatever.
That's right. All that does is add to our track record.
That's because, they know who Daddy is. So that's okay.
Well, man, I think we're over an hour, but I do appreciate you coming on here and giving us this knowledge. And Joey said, always be training. So he's, Joey is taking time to watch this 1 hour video that we do, because he understands what we're talking about on here matters. It makes a difference. It's the right type of programming.